help the bees, we did a lot of research, including finding an inspiring article in Rolling Stone magazine. We found that we are losing bees. The U.S. honeybee colony loss in 2013 to 2014 was 34%. In 2014 to 2015, it was 42%. The acceptable loss level is 17%. In the 1940s, there were 5 million colonies. Now there are less than 2.4 million. Why does it matter if we lose bees? 1 in every 3 bites of food exists because a bee did its job and pollinated that plant. The economical impact is really big as well. And $15 billion in the U.S. alone in crops each year are impacted by bees. It is closer to $200 billion globally. And it's everything from almonds to zucchinis. That's apples, bananas, cucumbers, dragon fruit, eggplant, figs, grapes, honey, and any other flowering plant.
What's the problem? It's complicated, but in short, there are 3 things that are killing the bees. Number 1 would be Fahrenheit. There's these pests and they're ugly little things. Number 2 would be pesticides, and we met with a local expert from the Columbia Gorge, who is Melissa Elliott of Melissa Bees. She has been working to help the bees for the past 15 years. She told us that the neonic pesticides are really bad in ways that we could not have imagined. The worst kind confuse the bees and give them a form of Alzheimer's. They can't find their homes and they die. Others go back to the colony with the bees and infect the entire colony, which is called colony collapse disorder. Number 3 would be row planting, which is habitat loss. Although it may be the most efficient way to grow a lot of products, the bees starve. Without them, unfortunately, we may starve. In Japan, the bee loss is so big that they now have people helping out with the pollination process. We still have time to stop this problem in the US, but we need to make changes. Some of the things we considered doing were building robots to do the weeding, adopting roadside areas and having people care for sections of the roadside, planting flowers that grow without spraying, and then adding to websites and advertisements to spread the word in like newspapers and radios and billboards. We added to Melissa Elliott's website called Melissa Bees.
The bees' needs are clean land and plants, flowering plants, non-sprayed areas to pollinate. We learned a lot, including that other people are doing a lot to help us help the bees. We looked at a Google map of Columbia River Gorge. We identified local gardens and green spaces, parks, and plantings that might be friendly already. Then we contacted our local garden centers, landscapers, and nurseries. Some of them were supportive and shared what they already do. Others could use more help and advocacy.
Even the President of the United States has a plan. It includes how to help make sure that there are safe places for bees and butterflies to move from Mexico to Canada. We are a small team, 4 of us. What could we do to make a difference? That's a good question, right? With our research and help from Melissa, we put together a list of 9 plants that work together as a bee garden, a menu, in a way, for bees. Melissa put her project on her website, www.melissabees.com. She already has followers and a blog. Partnering seems like the best way for us to make a difference. It turns out that this project is also going to help our school. At Hood River Middle School, every student is required to take a FACS class. That stands for Food and Conservation Science. When we told Mr. Becker about our idea, he realized we were all thinking alike. We met with him to see if he could incorporate our project into our FACS course at school. He is always looking for kids who are interested in a particular subject and would like to do a project on it at school. So he loved our idea. He has agreed to change his curriculum for not only this year's 6th graders, but for 6th graders for many years to come. We will be creating a perennial annualized bee forage program. Mr. Becker has asked us to do some research and to come up with a calendar that will have bee-friendly plants blooming for as much of the year as possible. Mr. Becker's eventual goal is to create a food forest for bees. Each layer of a mini forest would be completely made of bee-friendly plants that have food for bees, hence the name of food forest. If we can educate kids about bees and get them to plant bee-friendly gardens and convince their families and friends to do as well, we can reach millions of people.